Saturday morning, October 7th, 2023. The sun hasn't had time to shine yet when great darkness descended on Israel. Rays of Light brings the stories of the heroic women from the day the earth was painted red.
The story of Sofie Berzon MacKie.
We received a message with an invasion alert. The kids asked me, "What? Can they get to the kibbutz?" I told them no, they couldn't, that we were almost 5 kilometers from the fence. But 10 minutes later, there were terrorists inside the kibbutz. We realized that when they couldn't break into people's safe rooms, they were setting fire to the houses with everyone still inside. We learned that from the WhatsApp messages people were sending and from their calls for help. So I ran outside and soaked all the towels I had in water and brought them into the safe room. I figured if they try to torch our house, I could delay the fire a little bit longer. I posted on Facebook, "Where is the army?" I couldn't understand. I thought maybe they didn't know what was going on. An hour later, I posted again. "We're surrounded by terrorists. Houses are on fire. I wish someone would save us." I also brought in knives from the kitchen, just so I'd have something. So we sat and waited. I watched with horror as desperate pleas for help poured in. For hours and hours and hours on end, people were being slaughtered inside their own homes, and nobody came. For hours. The terrorists went from house to house and butchered everyone in sight, moving through neighborhood after neighborhood. They finally ended up in mine. We had 3 kids with us. I told my 3-year-old daughter that she had to be as quiet as a mouse. Since we were all whispering, she started whispering too. I realized I was just not going to make it, but I did not want to face my death terrified. So I said to myself, "Sophie, when your heart stops beating, you're just going to die." I posted on Facebook, "If something happens to me, I had a good life. I loved a lot. I had many blessings. I was dealt a bad hand, but I went on to have a great life." Then the Hamas people just went away, moved on. Why? I don't know why. Why am I spared and someone else isn't? At 6 p.m., people knocked on our door shouting, "It's the army! The army! Open up!" 10 soldiers were standing right in my living room. I fell into their arms crying, yelling at them to get us out of there, to take my kids to safety. Just then, a rocket siren went off again. The rocket hit 8 meters from our home. The soldiers told us, "Okay, guys, go to the neighbor's safe room. That way we'll know you're all there together and we'll be back in a few minutes." The few minutes turned out to be 5 hours. We were 8 people, 2 families with babies inside a tiny safe room, a sealed space with almost no air. We were scared that the babies would start crying and screaming and that the terrorists would find us. At 2 a.m., after being under siege for 20 hours, we were rescued. We had to be evacuated on foot, with the fighting still going on all around us. The soldiers told the children, "Close your eyes and keep them closed until we tell you to open them." Outside the house, I couldn't really register where I was. A pile of dead bodies on the lawn, blood everywhere, pools of blood, smoke everywhere, the kibbutz ablaze. I held my little girl close, leading my kids behind me. And so we walked. 3 families, surrounded by a throng of soldiers. We'll arise from this. We'll rebuild our homes and our communities. We'll arise from this.